Hello, I'm Dr. Karen Hiltz, and I want to welcome you to this week's session of the Apple Report. This week we're going to talk about education savings accounts. There are several programs that talk about or have the title of education savings account, I should say. But basically, we're talking about dealing with public money, or we're talking about dealing with private or contributory type programs. The private or contributory are things like 529s and savings accounts that you may have as a benefit through your employer. Those are individuals making donations, and some of them are invested, some of them are just tax deferred, and they need to be utilized in accordance with the criteria or the program that the state is authorizing or the employer is providing as a benefit. But let's move over to the public funding sector with regards to education savings accounts. And this is the newest mechanism when you talk about school choice. Now, there are only 6 states that have state legislated education savings account programs. And all of them are geared towards or afford parents with children with disabilities. That's what the programs all focus around, or children with disabilities. And the money, the public money, can be used to buy curriculum, buy counseling, buy tutoring. But there again, it's state specific. Now, again, I mentioned 6 states, and the 6 states are Arizona, Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, Nevada, and North Carolina. They each have their particulars, so you have to really look at the program and see what the criteria is and what the qualifications are to be a part of that program and to participate and to receive that public money. Now, with regards to these states, there are student eligibility restrictions or limitations, I should say. And for example, Arizona, which was the first state to have an education savings account, they not only have it for special needs, but since its inception, they have expanded it. And so now they allow for children of military and Native American children to qualify for this program. But only 22% of the students, they have a 22% eligibility rate, or cap or limitation with regards to what their program affords. North Carolina, for example, has a 10% student eligibility limitation. Tennessee has the lowest. They're only 2% student eligibility limitation. So it depends, again, like all school choice programs, it depends on which state you're in, what the legislator has legislated, what has become codified and put into either the state statute or the state code as to what the criteria is and who qualifies and how it's managed and operated, et cetera, who has authority. But a couple of other particulars I want to mention is there again, some differences. The amount of funding could be a percentage of pupil cost, per pupil cost, or it could be a stipulated amount, depending on the state that you're talking about. In all states, there is an auditing mechanism. So regardless of how the funding is provided or how much of the funding is provided, the parents are audited on a regular or routine basis. And it identifies who will be doing the audit and how it is reported back to the state. And then another thing with regards to funding is the funding is provided to the parents, and it's provided in different ways as well. For example, Arizona has a debit card that will be funded, populated, appropriated, and or it could be an account that a parent has that the state will deposit the funds into. But in Florida, for example, it is a reimbursement program. The parents have to put the money up front, and then based on their receipts and invoices that they receive, they will submit that to the state, and then they will get reimbursed for the approved or authorized expenses that they had. Now, again, remember, each state identifies what can be purchased or bought with regards to the educating of their children. Some allow curriculum, counseling, tutoring, etc. Some are more narrow, some are more broad. So there again, those things like that are state specific. So I'm sure you'll hear more about education savings accounts, which is a step towards having the money follow the child. And I think that's the direction that our parents are desiring and that our legislators are starting to move towards. So I hope this was informative. Please like and share this video, and please provide me feedback through the comments section of whichever platform you were able to view this video on. And I look forward to talking to you next week about another alternative to public education. Thank you.